The three pillars of retirement confidence. Yeah, that's what everybody wants in retirement, isn't it? Confidence. And, in all the time that I've done this, many years, you know what I see is people are not confident about their retirement. And I believe there's three pillars of retirement that can help you become confident about your retirement. Imagine this. You work 25, 30, 35 years, sometimes 40, for this idea that one day you're going to step away from work, you've created this wealth for yourself, and now you're going to have, for the first time in your life, just that, time to do what you want to do. But you know, personally, people, you've watched your parents most likely, have all these ideas of retirement only not to even accomplish one of them, or all of them. What was the purpose of us working so hard for so long if we're not going to be able to enjoy retirement? Doesn't even make sense to me. I just don't even understand it, but yet I see it every day. That's why people come into our offices, because they want to get on a more confident financial future, but they have no idea how. Well, I'm going to share with you today three pillars that I think are just, you have to have them, foundations, whatever you want to call them. But let's start with pillar number one. Imagine this: predictable, reliable income. Why would anyone even consider starting this next chapter of life, hopefully the best chapter, retirement, and not know where their money's going to come from? Well, Mark, that's just crazy. I know exactly where it's come from. I've got a statement. It tells me how much I have. Doesn't tell you how much you can spend. I've looked at thousands of statements in my long career, and I've yet to see a statement that tells me how much I can spend after taxes, adjusted for inflation, and not be broke at 95. Now, that's a statement worth looking at. You don't have that. So when you think about this idea of income, the paycheck, think about how you built your wealth. If you're a saver like I am, guess what you did? You started saving. So you paid taxes first, you have to do that, and you're going to have to do that in retirement. We've all been sold this lie that one day taxes would go down in retirement. Yeah, good luck with that. So you have to pay taxes. Well, you no longer have to save because you've done that. So now it's time to spend. How do you look at a statement? And I'm a Wall Street money manager, but how do you look at that statement and confidently know how much of it you can spend this week and not be broke 30 years from now? Wall Street doesn't save us in retirement. Wall Street has a specific purpose. When we're young, it's how we grow money. When we become older or ready to start spending it, I don't think its purpose changes when we have a reliable, predictable, real income plan. It's still there to grow, and it's there to grow for beating inflation, wealth transfer, all the extra stuff we want to do. But it has to become just that, an extra bucket. Think of it this way. Once you've established an actual income plan that you and your spouse can't outlive, do you know what all the other buckets become? All the other buckets. Do you know what everything else becomes? Everything else. Think about that. It now allows the markets to do what they do. When they're down, we don't look at them. You say, don't look at them. I mean, of course you can look at them, but you shouldn't. All it's going to do is give you stress. But it's stress that you don't need, because on Monday, the 1st, you get a paycheck again. So when I think about this pillars of retirement, the way you can have confidence in your retirement and the longevity, it starts with income, predictable income. Social Security maximization. That's not some trick or loophole that's going to allow you to have more Social Security. It's how to maximize all the dollars you put in so it's the best plan for you and your spouse. That becomes a foundation. Then if you have any pensions, we need to look at those, how they pay. Does one of them go away when somebody dies? Does it stay? Does it reduce from 100% of the payment down to 60%. There were so many options you chose all that time ago. Sometimes you haven't chosen it yet, and we definitely have to talk about that. Then we have to talk about filling the gap with income annuities. Oh no, annuities, some annuity salesman. No, I'm a fiduciary advisor. I hold the Uniform Investment Law license. But let's talk about these, quote, annuities. Why is Ben Bernanke, former federal chair of the United States, personally move a large portion of his portfolio to an income annuity or several? His words, not mine. It was the only way he could insure for longevity risk. Why does a Nobel Prize winning economist at MIT say that the modern retiree has got to shift money from their Wall Street portfolio to an income annuity to insure for longevity risk, for retirement risk? Why does Susie Orman, who has for years published books and talked about it and said, stay away from annuities, now why does she say, stay away from variable annuities? And every modern retiree, my word, modern retiree, needs an income annuity to insure for longevity. How do you have predictable income without an income plan? How about bond ladders, laddering bonds for predictable income? There's a lot of ways to do this, but it all involves using the tools that are available to do one thing first: get you predictable monthly income that you can't outlive. Now, once we've done that, once we have this retirement paycheck, now we move into things like tax control. What do you mean tax control? Controlling the taxes on your retirement. This idea that your taxes are going down, not happening. Taxes, in my opinion, will go up in retirement, and we've got to do this. Did you know this couple, let's say they're 65 years old, okay? They're in a 24% tax bracket. Did you know because of the big, beautiful bill, they could do a $50,000 Roth conversion this year and let Donald Trump pay for it? What? What are you saying? Yeah, think about it. Because of the $6,000 tax credit you both received for being 65, we could move $50,000 out of your 401, IRA, TSP, whatever it is, 403B, and put it into a Roth where you never pay taxes again, and the $12,000 tax in that example would be paid by the big, beautiful bill and the $6,000 credit you each received. And there's only 3 years that's locked in. So for the next 3 years, we could move 50, in that example, $50,000 a year for 3 years, and we've just lowered your tax burden, giving you a bucket of money that will be tax-free forever. Oh, I love this idea. What a cool thing that would be. And how about this? Pillar number 3, the growth bucket. You gotta have the Wall Street money. That's how we're gonna grow the other money. When it's down, we don't look at it. When it's up, we'll do something crazy. Hey, you've had a really good year. Yeah, I know, thank you. No, don't thank me. How about this? Let's come down here and take money out of that bucket and put it somewhere else so you don't ride the Wall Street roller coaster forever. What a crazy idea. When the bucket's up, let's take money out of it, the growth bucket, put it somewhere else. When the bucket's down, we're not worried. We don't like it, but we're not worried because we have an income plan. Let's work on these 3 pillars: income, tax planning, and a growth bucket. If you're nervous right now, it's not weakness, it's because you don't have a confident written plan. Hey, stay tuned and hit the like and subscribe button so I can put more content out just like this to help people. That's what it's designed around.